Welcome back to musictrainer.com. In today's lesson we're going to look at learning the major scale effectively on the neck of the bass and how to look at playing it over more than one octave as well using effective shifts across the fingerboard. So most people, if you play for a little while, you'll be familiar with how to play a major scale. For those who aren't, a quick recap. We're going to use the G major scale. Now on a 4-string bass, you'll find the G on the 3rd fret of the E, the thickest string here. There's even a dot here to show you, 3rd fret. So the fingering for a G major scale will go like this. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. I'll play that again. That's an effective way to play one octave scale, and this fingering works for any major scale you play all over the neck, as long as you're starting off on a fretted note like that and you have enough room to play above with 2 strings above you, you can maintain that shape. Let me show you. Here's a different key. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. See? Same shape, different key. Let's do D flat. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Same scale, different place on the neck. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Let's go back to our G, our home bass for today. And in reverse. So 2, 4, next string 1, 2, 4, next string 1, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Now a couple of things to talk about. Good hand position. When you're playing anything on the bass, really be aware of what your hands are doing. If you're learning something new, a lot of my students tend to forget about maintaining a decent technique. So notice when I play this, I'm playing 1 finger per fret. So it's like a 4-fret grid I'm dealing with here. 2nd finger is on the root, like this. So any note I play on this fret, the 3rd fret, typically I will assign to that finger if I've started off using that finger on that fret. So I go 2, 4, next string, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And notice also, on the back of the bass neck, this is really important too. Notice my hand position, watch this. When I shift around the neck, I maintain that idea of keeping the thumb roughly opposite the 2nd finger. Watch this. So you can see that way, hands shifting really smoothly and the thumb is always supporting the hand. If you tend to let the thumb drag backwards towards the headstock, you lose control of these fingers. There's nothing to support them, they're just floating around. You can immediately feel you lose power in them. But if you bring the thumb to opposite the 2nd finger, you've got a much more effective fulcrum here and it acts as a pivot. Now we don't want to press hard into the neck, just have it resting lightly. And imagine the thumb actually just pivots like this. That's how your hand pivots with the thumb. Sometimes the thumb will slide just slightly back and forth to accommodate that. Like this, you see as I shift. You see, if I'm playing a chord, whatever, still the same idea. So, let's go back to this scale. So there's our 1 octave fingering I showed you. Now, what we're going to do today is learn how to shift from this low G here up to the high G here on the 12th fret. 12th fret of the bass on many basses is marked by a double dot here on the 12th fret right there. You can probably just see that on this bass. Now, here's a particularly good way to shift. Let me show you this. Now from here, first 5 notes, I do a slide. Slow that down for you. So we do our original finger pattern, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now, what I want to do is end up on the next G here on the same finger I started the scale pattern with here. This is really important because it means you can maintain as much as possible that whole really efficient fingering grid pattern we had. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, Now I do a slide from the note D to E on my pinky, my little finger here. Slide up. Then the 7th degree of the scale we play with our first finger, the F sharp. Now look, we're back to G with our second finger, and guess what? We can go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Same pattern as down here. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Let me play that whole thing again. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now we slide from the 5th note of the scale to the 6th with a little finger. And now we're back. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. I'll play that again continuously now. Watch how I shift with the 4th finger, the pinky. Now I'm going to actually say the names of the notes as I play too. This is great practice. G, A, B, C, D. Slide. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Notice how smooth that is. You see? Another thing, this is something I really want to emphasize at this point in early sort of stages of the lessons on Music Trainer. Think about the sound you make as you play. I talked about this when I was talking about the actual construction of basses and the difference in bodywoods and the pickups and the tone controls you've got here. But so much of the sound we create on an instrument is due to our hands. Now, if you think about a saxophone player, how they actually breathe affects the sound. Before the fingers are even engaged, it's the breath, but we don't really have that luxury. So the only thing is, on a bass, is we have our hands. Now, in terms of tone, when you approach playing a scale or any sort of new study on the bass, really try and play as well as you can and try and get as good a sound as you can out of the instrument. It's so important. If you notice when I play this, I'm not playing it sloppily. I'm not... You know, there's no point in playing like that because you're just learning bad habits and you're not really focusing on making a good sound out of the instrument. A lot of people tell me they practice sitting in front of the television, and I'm not sure that's such a great idea. You should be focusing on the instrument. You know, if you've only got 10 minutes a day to play, or if you've got 5 hours, spend that time with the instrument, not dividing your attention, but really focus in on what you're playing and make it excellent. So with the scale, notice the sound I get. See, I'm really trying to make the notes sing, and when I finish this, you know, I'm really trying to make that note sound good and strong. Each note really speak clearly. So, once more, just to refresh that, the shifting. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, slide to the 6th note of the scale, 7th, back to the root. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. That's a really effective way to play a scale. I can use that exact idea now for a different key. I'm going to do it up a whole step to A. Watch this. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, slide. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Notice how well that works? So when you start practicing this, just think of that grid. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, slide, 1, 2. And on that second finger, you're back to the root. It's a really good way to learn the bass. And as you do this, don't be afraid to say the note names. Say them out loud. Don't do this. G, A, B. Do this. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, etc. That way you're saying the note as you play it, and you're learning the fingerboard as you do this. So you're not only enhancing your technique and skill in moving across the neck, but you're also really learning the notes you're playing. So we're using the fingerboard patterns to help us move efficiently, but we're also learning the notes that we're actually playing.